we live?
New set. Sorry, we're slightly late because we had to swap cameras around because we accidentally left our normal streaming camera with our cameraman Zach, and by accidentally left it, I mean he stole it from us.
He stole it.
He steals. Sure. He's a thief.
It's a problem.
And I definitely didn't forget that it was in his bag and left without it. Zach, if you're here, everyone knows you're a thief.
It's so empty.
I know.
Here. I'm so used to having the giant AT-AT here, which is now just sitting over here on the floor.
We still haven't put it behind us yet. I'm too nervous to touch it.
Yeah. I think I picked it up just up here, and you were like, I don't like that.
No, thank you.
I don't like that.
I sure don't. But I'm excited to build this set that I willed into existence months ago.
The Landspeeder. Yeah.
I'm real happy about this.
This one should be a quicker build.
Yeah, there's only 11 bags, and each bag is not that big. So I got the first 3 bags out. We'll see how long it takes me to do one bag, how much I dilly-dally. But...
and there's not as much gray.
Yeah, there's actual color in this one. So that's fun.
Yes. I'm so sick of seeing the gray bricks. Who's our sponsor for today?
Damien Vonderhaar is this week's stream sponsor. So thank you, Damien,
Nice.
And we miss you.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough to meet Damien and several other people. I see a lot of names in the chat, like John Booz and Eli, and Andy, people that we got to meet in person and hang out with. We miss you all.
Yeah, Celebration was great. I'm sure we'll talk all about it during the stream.
It's so nice to be able to put faces with some of these names that we see hanging out with us online. And now I'll know when people send in a question. Like I told Eli, I was like, oh, I use your questions all the time because they're good.
Yeah.
And now I know what you look like, and that's great.
Zabuka HD says they haven't had time to watch Kenobi yet. I apologize for any potential spoilers because we are probably going to talk about spoilers.
I'm sure Kenobi stuff is going to come up.
Yeah.
I will be as delicate as I possibly can, but I would tread very carefully.
Yeah. And then John Booz said that they just got the N1 Starfighter from Mando for the nephew. We just got one for ourselves.
Yeah, ours came today. It was delivered today.
No nephews for us.
Yeah, it wasn't for the nephew. That one was for me, because it comes with a tiny little BD minifig. Molly can have the Grogu, although we already have several Grogus, but...
He's got his little seat. His little bubble seat. Which, oh my god, they had a full N1 at the Mandalorian experience at Celebration, and a little animatronic Grogu in his little bubble seat, and it would like turn and wave, and I could have stood there all day.
We did.
I did not.
Molly was like, I have to get a video of me waving at little bubble Grogu, and we sat there, and I feel like someone can control it and turn it left and right. I feel like someone saw us waiting, and they were like, I'm gonna see how long they wait here.
I was just like...
But we got the shot. We got the shot, and that's all that matters.
After waiting for like a good 5 or 6 minutes, and then he turned to me and waved, and I just went...
We were so tired. That was Friday. We were exhausted already, and Molly was like, we were in line, and she was like, I hope this is worth it. I just want to sit down and relax for a second.
I just did not want to wait in line for anything.
And then we got in there, and you were like, I have to stand here until Grogu looks at me.
Yeah, pretty much. Ryan 25 Oliver 93, I hope I said your screen name right, asked where I got my shirt. This is one of the Disneyland Pride shirts. So happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride.
It's super cute. It is a boys size large. I really appreciate the different sizes of the boys shirts. For some reason, this is the second boys size large shirt specifically from Disneyland that I bought. because the last time we were there, I got one because they're so soft.
What was the last one you got?
It's got R2-D2 on it, and it's like the Galaxy's Edge landing shirt. But they just fit different. It's pretty nice, and it says Pride on the side with the little Disney D. It's really cool. I wanted to buy all the Pride stuff while we were there. Hey, Andy said member gang with all of our exclusive membership emojis.
I think I need to add
us with mustache
more.
Hilo.
I think we have enough members that I can add more emojis. So got to get a Pippin one in there, and then we can start doing Cobb Vanth and well, I guess I'll get you a Grogu one or a Dark Ray one, whatever you want, because I've been commandeering the emojis so far.
Yeah. There's a button down below somewhere that says join, and I believe it's $5 a month to be like a member.
I just did whatever Twitch does for their thing.
And as of right now, we haven't really looked at it a whole lot, but we do have the Biggs helmet image that pops up next to your name to show your membership, and then you can use the custom emojis that we have in there. So
actually, that reminds me that I
cool.
was I'm looking at how we can basically replicate our Patreon rewards to members, because I would hate for someone to have to like double up like that. So I'm looking into how best to do that.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll talk Obi-Wan. I'm sure we'll talk Celebration. A lot of that stuff today. I feel like I gotta get back into these live streams. We did one last night with Pink Milk for episode 3 of Obi-Wan, and I felt okay, but it felt still a little bit weird.
You just feel rusty. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like we only took a few days off, but what we were doing was so different that
I said this before. I have never, ever been more exhausted than I was after the Celebration trip. We really pushed ourselves to the limit as far as doing stuff, not just at the convention, but like after hours stuff. We just planned too much, and we went to the park twice, one for like a full day and then the other for Disney night or Star Wars night. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've never been so tired.
It was a lot.
I remember like the hour before leading up to the Rey panel that I did, I was like, I feel like someone slipped me a roofie. Like I just hadn't eaten, hadn't had enough water or caffeine, and I was just like so completely out of it. So if you were there and you went to the Rey panel, I hope I sounded coherent, because I may have just blacked out for that entire hour
fine.
That I was up there. Brian says because I moshed so hard. I didn't even
you didn't
go that hard at the Mosh Isley thing. Alex did.
We showed up and you were basically like, I'm ready to go. And I was like,
yeah,
I'm sorry, but I'm staying.
Well, yeah. I found out that they only served beer there and they didn't have a full bar. Turns out they actually don't normally serve any alcohol there, but they did for this event, and I don't know. I was like, I'm gonna go back to the hotel bar. I'll see you later. Bye. But now I know what kind of trouble you'll get into if I leave you somewhere. You were on someone's shoulders, tweeting videos of yourself singing, just having...
I had the time of my life.
You really did. I'm happy for you. Yeah, Andy, I agree. Starting with Disney set us up for extra exhaustion throughout the weekend. That was... And, like, I drank a ton of water, too. It just wasn't enough. Should have had some of Zach's, like, electrolytes. Anyways, let's get to some of these super chats. First one up comes from Gio Flores. Thank you, Gio. Hey, love you guys. Missed ya. So I bought a new car. Should my plate be D Jaren or in1? Thoughts?
I assume it's a silver car. That was going to be my first question. That's important to know. Because our car is black and we named it Carlo Ren.
Mm-hmm. Black with like a silver grille too. Which...
Yeah. My last car was champagne, but I called it Goldenrod. I think I like naming it after a ship a little bit more. I don't know. You could call it Dinkarin? No.
Well, they're specifically asking what they should put on the plate.
Yeah. Well,
So
I figured
either-
that'd be kind of like a name.
Either D Jaren or in-one. I kind of like in1.
I think I do too, because it is a vehicle. I think that's my vote as well.
Yeah. It's settled then. In1 is the new name of your car.
That better be the name of your car. You better do it.
Brad Monastier asked if the Ray panel was going to be available. We did record the live panel that we did with Ken and Joseph at Force Center, and we recorded the Ray panel. And we had help with our buddy Zach, who also got some really cool shots with like the big nice cameras. So we are gonna put those up on the channel at some point, hopefully sooner rather than later. That's just, we have a lot of footage to go over and pick from the weekend, so hopefully in the next week we can get some of that stuff up on the channel, because I had so many people ask if we were gonna upload the Ray panel specifically, and I really want to get that out there because it was a great time.
Yeah.
We had a great turnout.
Yeah. We are planning on putting both of those out, probably in video and audio form.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to get through all the footage. We have, so much footage from our panels, from just cosplay on the floor, from Mosh Isley on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Our GoPro has our whole experience on Rise of the Resistance.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. I just kind of held it here the whole time while...
Ooh, okay, that'll be fun. People are saying in the chat that the Ray panel was the best. Thank you. That means a lot. I was terrified to do that, and especially so because I thought it was in the same room as our podcast, and it was not. It was like in a room twice as big, and I was like, oh my god.
It was my favorite panel too, because I got to just sit there.
Yes.
But you did great.
You got to sit there and watch me and the other amazing panelists gush about how much we loved Ray. And then Gio Flores sent another super chat and said, yes, silver car, haha, in1 it is, it's if available. Awesome. Alejandro Barrera, thanks for the super chat. Hey, I'm sad I didn't get to see y'all at Celebration. By the way, Star Wars Celebration 2022 was my first time going to Celebration, and it was fun, but wish things were better organized. Yeah, it was
Agreed.
a little wonky at times, but I'm glad that you had fun, and I'm gonna be interested to see what it's gonna be like in London.
Yeah, I hope they take some feedback. I think they will. I think they will hopefully improve things for London. We get into this in our Q&A that we just filmed coming out Saturday, but yeah, some of the choices that they made for streaming were not good. Even streaming at the convention, like, there were a lot of issues I think that they should fix for next time.
Yeah. Jill's in the chat and said, I was told you guys were going to go home, pick up Hilo and Pippin, and you're coming right back here. The heck is this?
Right back to LA.
Yeah. We should honestly just buy a house out there so we have two houses.
Oh yeah, we'll just have a vacation house, easy.
Easy peasy. Houses are cheap out there, right? Or we'll just live under the floors somewhere at Jill and Sean's house.
Yeah, why doesn't everyone in LA come live in Atlanta?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
It's way cheaper to live here, and we're here.
Exactly.
Brian, you too. You and Jake, Gabby, bring the whole POV crew. We'll start up our own Atlanta studio here. POV Productions. Alex can come too, maybe.
You gonna let me?
Or we could just be a couple of couch surfers. Whoop.
Oh, it's okay, Hilo.
It's alright, Hilo.
It's thundering outside, and Hilo keeps perking up. He's gonna take down the GoPro again.
He loves to bark at thunder. There were times as a puppy that he seemed like he might be scared of thunderstorms, but now he just gets angry and barks.
He did good there. He perked up and he lied right back down.
He's like, "Oh, thunder can't be louder than me." Coleslaw, thanks for the super chat. It might not seem possible that the space avocado could be related to the one we know and love, but in fact it was brought to Earth long ago by an Asagian botanist who left behind a seed. Typical.
Typical.
Excellent.
The avocado is just here because of littering.
Yeah.
Is what I'm gathering from that.
I have like a weird bug bite on my ankle and it's bothering me. Thank you, Coleslaw. Someone earlier up in the chat said that Coleslaw's car plate title thing should be Space Avocado somehow. I can't see this whole name to read it. Where is this? Oh yeah, I can. Star Wars lore and all else. Thanks for the super chat. Says, hello guys, much love. Tales of the Jedi will be awesome, I hope. Vader! Yeah, I'm excited for that show.
Yeah, I think Tales looks cool. Like a fun sort of continuation of the Clone Wars, and it can just be whatever. It doesn't have to follow a storyline. I'm up for the anthology series. Also, the fact that it's not just one era or anything. Oh, and it's not one episode per tale. Mm-hmm. That it's gonna be like, here's 3 about Ahsoka and here's 3 about Dooku. I really like that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting there to be multiple episodes about this covering the same story, which I'm kind of like, I'm glad because we'll get a better explanation of what's going on, but also I want more stories than just those 2, or like more topics and characters for them to cover, which I'm sure we'll get.
Yeah, I think there will be multiple seasons, so hopefully he doesn't do an Ahsoka tale every single season. No hate towards Ahsoka. It's just that she's got a lot. We can do some more.
She's got a lot.
Yeah. I'm so psyched for Dooku, because even though he's in the Clone Wars quite a bit, I'm really psyched to see some Dooku Jedi stuff.
Yes. Real quick, B-Tigs and Patrick Dubé have joined the Biggs Mega Fans. So thank you guys.
I forgot I named it that.
Yeah, I'm like, I went to read that and I was like, of course that's what he called it.
Yeah, I should call it something that you are annoyed to read out every time.
I mean, I don't mind that it's the Biggs Mega Fans, but...
You just rolled your eyes at it. But thank you. Thank you for joining the Mega Fans.
What about the Dark Ray Mega Fans?
Sure.
Where's their love?
We could make it a club that's called, like, people who've never dropped Grogu. And then that would be... No? Don't like that?
Don't like that.
Don't like that.
Only one person brought that up at our meet and greet. So, to that one person...
You just made the list.
Nah, that was funny. I was like, of course. I was not going to make it through this weekend without someone mentioning this to my face in person, telling me what I did.
Was that Friday? Was that the Lego meetup? Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Which was so cool to do.
Oh yeah, that was really
fun. I still can't believe we got to do that at the Lego booth, which I reached out again to the wonderful ladies that were kind of in charge of that whole meet and greet situation, and they were super nice, and I just told them again, thank you so much for putting up with us and taking pictures for us. And
yeah, I don't think they knew what they were getting themselves into.
Yeah.
We actually pitched, they were like, they wanted to do something with us, and they suggested a meet and greet, and we were like, we can do that. We also pitched doing exactly this. Mm-hmm. We were like, we could get a small set and build it and answer questions and stuff for however long, but they went with meet and greet, and a lot of people came out.
It was really, really great.
Yeah, so thank you to everyone that came.
An impressive turnout. I think we probably could have gone for longer had we just been sitting, like, doing this and just talking, but it was great to be able to meet everybody and take pictures. That was cool. Zach Nichols, thanks for the next super chat. Sorry. Why do y'all think there were no movie announcements at Celebration? This is something that a few people have brought up, and I feel like we got so much from Celebration, and we covered so much of it that I wasn't even thinking about movie announcements. I'm bummed that we didn't, but I'm happy with what we got.
Yeah, like, I was a little bummed Thursday because I was thinking we'd get something at the studio showcase, even if it was just Taika's movie title or something like that. I do think that it's possible, since there's a D23 this year, we might hear something still this year, and they might have just been saving something for D23, and maybe they focused Star Wars on, like, here's what's on the immediate horizon, here's what we have footage for, and can talk about a little more completely. Whereas Taika's, it might just be like, this is the title, and we're about to start shooting it or something. Because they did, I think I saw Star Wars Newsnet today running an article that said Disney is still aiming for December 2023.
Really?
That's the face I made.
All right. I had to remind myself what year it was.
Also,
right now.
Yeah.
What year it was. So I was like, wait, is it not already 2023?
Yeah, we heard the date 2023 so many times this past week that for a while today, like, Molly got us some Reese's peanut butter cups yesterday, and she was like, check the date on those, and it was like September 2022, and my first thought was, these are super expired.
Oh, we don't even remember what year it is. I see Will L in the chat asking where Rain Man is. He had a prior engagement, so he cannot be here today, but we've got Daniel S and Brian here as mods, so no worries. But yeah, I think it would be cool if we got a movie announcement in D20. When is D23?
I think it's usually in the fall, maybe September, October. I don't know, though.
I also think, like, fingers crossed, by then maybe they'll publicly release some of the footage that we saw, like the Mando Season 3 trailer.
That'd be nice. I am doubtful. I think we're a ways off from them actually talking about Mando again in earnest. Probably not until the end of the year, since it's not coming out until February of 2023. Which I'm a little bummed about that too. I was hoping for the November, December again, but
I'm okay with it. We'll have plenty of time to chill out during the holidays, and
That's
then
true.
We'll have January to continue to, chill out and just prepare and relax.
That's a good point.
Because next year is going to be a lot.
I mean, yeah, so is this year, but Andor is going to take us from the end of August to the end of November, I think. So that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, next year is going to be crazy. And we're doing another celebration next year, which I was
Right.
not expecting that to be announced so quickly for, like, so soon. Where am I here? Greg Fisher has the next super chat. Thanks, Greg. I don't see how Obi-Wan gets out of this without a solid training montage. Trivia, how many training montages have there been in Star Wars? Well, we got the one in Empire
But that's not a montage so much.
with Luke and Yoda
I mean, that's several scenes.
doing flips and stuff.
A montage is like when we see him training, and it kind of like one little segment will cover several months.
Mm-hmm.
Luke training over the course of several scenes is not a montage. But I don't think we're going to get that in Kenobi either. Even though,
What do you consider a montage then? Like a true training montage?
in Team America, we're going to need a montage. Like, it's not a thing where you cut back and forth. Like Luke, it's like a lot of fast cuts where you see Rocky is like running up a hill. Now he's punching a cow. He's doing pull-ups and push-ups and stuff. And usually, Mando season 1 had one, the first episode.
I think Luke training Grogu counts.
Yes. That's a montage. Yeah. Where it's like you're covering a lot of time in a few minutes. And you're seeing a lot of progress.
Oh, there has to be music too.
There has to be. Yeah, sure. Eye of the Tiger has to be playing legally, or it can't be called a montage. I remember learning about that in film class.
Ooh, it should be Eye of the Nexu
There you go. Yeah.
for Star Wars.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think Kenobi is gonna do a montage. I don't think he needs training. I think he just needs to get over himself.
And you know who's gonna tell him to do that? Qui-Gon.
Maybe?
Qui-Gon's gonna step in and be like, dude, get your ish in order.
It's basically just, I mean, it's what Bale already told him. Like, we made mistakes, it's time to move on. Just own up to what you did and what you did wrong and face it. And that's what he needs to do. That's, I mean, what he's in the process of doing.
Yes.
A training montage isn't necessary for Obi-Wan Kenobi, I don't think, to become who he was already.
Yeah. See, Jake agrees with me. He said, I need Qui-Gon to put Obi-Wan in his place. I agree.
I think that works. I also kind of feel like Qui-Gon, I think he works either way. Like, my initial thought was that he would not get to talk to Qui-Gon until he found balance again. But it's still very much like a mythological thing for the ghost to come in and offer a pep talk during a time of need. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Qui-Gon coming in because he, like, you really need it now.
Yeah.
I think that works.
I'm going to just go ahead and put my guess out there for the next episode. It's going to be Obi-Wan healing and having Clone Wars flashbacks. Mm-hmm. And by the end of the episode, we're going to get a Qui-Gon visit. Because he's been mentioned twice?
3 times, I think.
3 times? It's time.
Yeah, they've built up to it enough. I think that's a good use of Qui-Gon. I think you're right with the flashbacks. And I also think that the end of...
Andy called it flashback to...
Yeah, right.
Flashback.
Yeah, it's. I hope they don't make it too similar to Book of Boba Fett, but we'll see. I think that by the end of episode 4, it'll be time for, in Rocky terms, for him to be ready to go into the rematch. Mm-hmm. And then I think 5 and 6 are going to be him kind of going on that mission to rescue Leia. Yeah. Whether that's at Nur or somewhere else. I don't know.
He needs therapy, which is something I brought up.
Everyone in Star Wars does.
Something I brought up at the Rey panel was the question asked to the panelist was, what's something that you'd like to see Rey bring to a new Jedi Order? And I said, everyone gets to see a therapist.
Yeah.
All the
Jedi therapists.
Because they need it, you know?
I feel like there was one in High Republic, or at least, you know, they talk about their emotions a little more at the very least.
Yeah, the Jedi of the High Republic are just generally better at expressing themselves to each other and just being more open about stuff, but yeah. Whenever we get that Ray panel up. What was that?
That flew off.
I don't know if I know how to say this. Dante Bay Zero? I'm sorry if I butchered your username. But thank you for the super chat. Are y'all as emotionally exhausted as I am with the hate cycle Star Wars gets? This Rotten Tomatoes stuff got me down.
Oh, I mean, I guess I'm past the Rotten Tomatoes stuff.
I'm not surprised at all. Like,
I did see that today.
That's not just Star Wars. That happens in every fandom that has, pardon my language, shitty fans. Like, that's going to just continue to happen when you have a public place to offer up your ratings to the fans.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a place for people who feel powerless to feel like they have a little power.
Oh yeah, they're like, oh, let's rally and get this hashtag trending, and let's get this petition signed, and let's get a bunch of people to go flood the ratings for this thing that we hate and bring it down.
That, and just, yeah, Rotten Tomatoes scores mean nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, there's same with the critics scores, by the way.
Nothing.
Yeah.
They mean nothing.
It can be a good indicator, especially if you are on the fence about seeing a movie, but, you know, there are plenty of movies that have rotten scores that I'm like, nah, I'm into it. I love the Underworld movies. I mean, it's just...
they're great.
Yeah, if a movie gives you joy, it doesn't matter what its score is. So, I don't know, like, going to vote and bring down a score on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes is just, like, the most impotent waste of time to me.
Ooh, impotent is a great way to say it.
It's powerless. Like, it's just lashing out at nothing and accomplishing nothing, but feeling like you did. Being like, I brought the numbers down. Mm-hmm. Like, okay.
Here's your invisible award.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while, like, a new show or a new movie will come out, and I'll go to Rotten Tomatoes to look at the reviews, but I mean, I only look at the critic reviews, and even then, I will scroll down to actually read what they have to say, because then I can kind of get an idea of, like, what that specific critic does like or doesn't like, and hopefully they'll include that in their reviews. But I don't know, you gotta find... Like, there's a couple of people that I still follow that I got to know through the Schmodown specifically for movie and TV show reviews, like Dan Merle, Perry Nemiroff is another one that I still follow and trust to listen to what they have to say review-wise for stuff like that. So you just find somebody that you trust. Don't worry about what Rotten Tomatoes' score is.
And that's the point of reviews, or like a reviewer, and it's why when I talk about anything, especially if I'm about to gush over it, like, I remember I had a big preamble to Fallen Order, because I was like, I want everyone to understand that this game felt like it was made for me, and here's why. Like, especially because we don't talk about video games that much, I wanted to be like, look, these are my favorite games, so this is where I'm coming from and why I enjoy it so much. Because, like, you should know who you're going to for opinions and why they have that opinion. Like, when Rogue Squadron comes out, inevitably, fingers crossed, I'm probably going to like it a lot, I hope. Mm-hmm. And I'm probably going to like it more than most people, because I love the pilots. And so it's like, I think it's important to let people know why.
Yeah. Like, I want to be challenged in some ways for, you know, if I'm watching somebody for a review on something, I want them to challenge what I might think about that thing, but I see such like super angry comments on some movie reviewers' content, and it seems like there are people that are only watching review content to disagree with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? Just find someone who kind of
shares your taste.
Shares your taste and generally agrees with you on stuff, and watch their reviews, and then you'll just be happy about everything they say. And it's like, if you don't want to be challenged, don't watch it.
It's like people who come on like, I can't believe you like the High Republic. It's like, well, I do. So go somewhere else. Like, don't watch these videos if it's just gonna make you mad.
Shoo. That's what we say. Anyways.
The answer to your question is yes.
Yeah, emotionally exhausted with the hate cycle. Yeah, I mean, it comes and goes, but because we work in this content full time, I kind of feel like I'm used to it to a degree. I don't think that means everyone should just put up with it and get used to it, because we should still speak out against it and encourage people to just don't give the haters the time of day. Don't bother, because that's what they want. That's all they want.
That's another thing from Celebration that I feel like doesn't get as much attention, is that you just don't have time to be like very online and see all that stuff. It's like we all watched Kenobi on Thursday night, and then like the whole weekend I was like, everyone loves this, because that's all we talked about in person. Everyone was like, what did you think of Kenobi? And even if it was like, it wasn't my favorite thing, no one had anything that was just bringing anyone else down. It was an actual discussion, and it was just fun to have those talks in person. And then you get home, and then you look on Twitter, and you're like, oh yeah, Twitter still exists.
Which, I mean, a lot of people are only on Twitter to disagree with other people. Right. So keep that in mind.
I got on Twitter, I put it back on my phone for Celebration, and on the plane ride home, I deleted it again. And that felt good.
He showed it to me.
Yeah,
even.
I wanted to prove it to you.
Which, yeah, I'm proud of you. But I'm sorry that you are also emotionally exhausted and that the Rotten Tomatoes stuff got you down. But hopefully, you came here, which is a step in the right direction, because we're typically just silly here on these live streams and pretty positive, so.
We're just here to have fun.
We're here to play with Legos and have an adult beverage and have a good time. Sean Room, thanks for the super chat. So glad to meet y'all at Celebration and rock out at Mosh Isley. Highlight for me for sure. What were your favorite cosplays from the weekend?
Hey, another Celebration or a Q&A question.
Yeah, we do touch on this a little bit in the Q&A for Saturday, but we can talk about it here because that's what the people want.
The one that jumped out to me the most, well, first, I think my favorite cosplay experience was doing the High Republic meetup and seeing all the High Republic cosplayers with the High Republic authors, everyone hanging out, just seeing the reaction of the High Republic authors, like feeling the love from all these people. That was really special.
Oh, the authors, like, we met Daniel Halsey Older, who is like literally the nicest person, definitely the nicest author I think I've ever met.
I mean, he's just like so enthusiastic to be there and like immediately brought me into a hug. And I was just like, I mean, I've interviewed him like twice, but he's just so friendly. But all of them are incredibly nice and friendly and fun to talk to. The
smiles on their faces when they were taking pictures with all the High Republic cosplayers, it was priceless. They did film some of it, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be on the next High Republic video that Star Wars Official puts out with Christina, because she was there. Hey, what's up, Boomstick?
Hey, Boomstick. I heard you got a hotel for London already.
wait. Can't wait. Okay, but no, cosplays. Oh. There was an amazing frog lady there. Like, I'm talking, this costume could have gotten up and walked right out of the Mandalorian experience where they had all the actual props. It was, and I got to see it up close too. It was so good. She had the eggs in the backpack, and like the frog skin looked like frog skin, and she was kind of, she was like in character while she was taking pictures and like acting shy, which was like so adorable. Ugh, I loved it so much.
Yeah, that one was great. My favorite was a young girl who was dressed up as Pelimoto, and she just had like the most curly hair and that jumpsuit, and she had a little stuffed Grogu, and I was like, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen. Yes. I loved that. That was one that I saw it, and I was like, that's very cute, and I was walking away, and then I was like, nope, I need a picture. I'm going back for a picture.
Well, yeah, I think the first time we saw her, she was kind of taking a break to eat and like talk to her parents or her guardians who were there. But yeah, that was really cool. I also saw some cosplayers that did like the Lego minifig cosplay with the giant minifig head, which I always love. What else did we see?
I guess I should shout out the skier that was at the High Republic meetup.
Mm-hmm.
That one was amazing. And again, seeing Cavan Scott like point and scream at that was excellent.
I didn't get a chance to take pictures of as many cosplayers as I wanted to. Oh, there was a bantha there. I don't know if this is if there's a person under there or not, but I did take a picture of this like animatronic bantha cosplayer. I just didn't take a lot of pictures this weekend, which is tragic. Oh, I like this one of Patrick cosplaying as Grogu.
Oh yeah, that's good. I mean, if you're gonna pull it up, you should.
Well, you can't really see it.
Hold on.
There you go. I'm sure he's gonna love the fact that we're showing this off and on a live stream.
He should. Everyone check out Patrick Willems on YouTube.
He just had a new video
cosplayer.
Yeah.
He's got a movie coming out.
Famous Grogu cosplayer. Yeah, I didn't get a chance. We had barely a chance to walk the floor just to shop. You know, we kind of only did that literally the last hour that the exhibit floor was open. We got to walk around with Ken and Joseph and just shop for stuff, but next time we'll do more. Maybe more like relaxing stuff.
Yeah.
Kyle Beckworth has the next super chat here. Were you guys able to do the Mandalorian experience? I loved it, and they had Max Rebo. Yes, we did. And I will say, I almost didn't do it because I was like, you have to do the lightspeed lane thing, and we had to reserve a time, and it was late. It was like 6 or 6:30, and then we still had to wait in line.
Yeah, even with the lightspeed lane, there was a decent line.
Oh my gosh, I was so tired by then and just wanted to leave the entire thing, but I'm glad we did it because it was really cool to see some of that stuff up close and just see just how much detail went into all that stuff.
Yeah, I loved it. I could have walked around in there for a while, but we kept a pretty good pace, except for when we were waiting for Molly to get away from Grogu.
Look, that
was important.
That was the one thing I was kind of there for.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I still don't know why there's not like a Meet Grogu panel or experience.
Or photo op.
Or photo op, because you guys, like, they had a completely automated Grogu at the Mando panel, the Mando Plus panel on Saturday, that would like sit down on its own. It was like moving its head and its arms on its own.
The fact that it could sit down, I don't know why that was so wild to us, but
you put a line in front of that thing, like, come take a picture and meet Grogu, like an actual meet and greet. Oh my gosh, I would have said no to all of our previous engagements and said, I am staying right here.
Molly's not coming to the podcast panel because she's in line to meet a puppet.
Yeah. I hope that they do that because I will be the first one in line.
Your reaction to them bringing him out on the panel was wonderful.
I appreciate that you included it in your thread of tweets covering what they announced at the panel because
I didn't take a picture of Grogu. I just took a picture of you and said, Grogu is here, lol.
He's here! They pulled him out from under the table. And I was like, stop. He was waving at everyone and blinking his little eyes. Anyways, I cried a little bit, I'm not gonna lie.
You did.
Coleslaw with another super chat. My vanity plate is actually SCE-AUX, a reference to NASA history, not Star Wars. Forgive me. Also, happy Pride Month, everyone.
Happy Pride. What was it?
SCE-AUX.
I don't know what that is.
I know AUX stands for auxiliary port and or cable, so I assume it's something like that, but has to do in space.
That reminds me that For All Mankind is coming back this month. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. I need to watch the first season because I didn't
First two seasons.
First two seasons.
That show's great. It's on Apple Plus TV. That and Ted Lasso are definitely worth getting Apple Plus TV for. And The After Party, that's good. And Severance.
Oh yeah, Severance.
We watched a decent amount on Apple Plus.
Severance was really, really good. Very intense show, though.
Oop. Almost missed a step, but made it.
Boy. Andy in the chat said, I never got close to getting any of the light speed lanes. I have no idea how it worked, but it was a bit demoralizing. Yeah, it was hard for us to connect our badges via the QR code to do the light speed lane thing at all. Like, I tried multiple times through the app and it never worked for me. So I was like, how many other people tried to do this and couldn't get it to work and just was like, well, I guess I'm not doing anything.
Well, I got the light speed lane online for the Mando thing, and I think I lucked out. Like, I think I just happened to get on. It opened at 8:30, and I think I popped it open at like 8:27 just to get the browser ready, and it like put me in line. So I think I just got lucky on that.
It's so complicated and convoluted, and just hopefully they figure out something better for the next one. John Booze, thanks for the next super chat. Also, it was great to meet you finally. Let's say Tales of the Jedi gets a season 2. Is there any Jedi whose past you'd like explored? Loved the episode shown at Celebration.
I mean, I think people have been wanting that Obi-Wan Satine story for a while.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a good one.
When they first met.
Mm-hmm.
That would definitely be a good one. I want to see... well, we already talked about how Ahsoka has enough stuff, and Dave Filoni even mentioned this, that he was originally going to do when Plo Koon discovered Ahsoka. I still think that would be really cool to see, but...
I do too. Because I liked the idea of that episode when they pitched it, or not pitched it, they told us what it was going to be in 2016, I think. Back before they knew they were going to bring the Clone Wars back. and they told us what happened at the Siege of Mandalore. But yeah, the Plo Koon story I thought was really interesting. Very Lord of the Rings, Tolkien, like an enemy shows up, a fake Jedi who's a Zygerian, and they're going to try to take Ahsoka away. But then Plo Koon shows up looking a lot scarier, but he's the actual hero.
Yeah. I want to see Grievous before he became a cyborg. I want to see him as a Kalish before he, got involved in everything that he did. I think that would be really cool to see.
Yeah, I guess I wonder how strict they're going to be with the Tales of the Jedi thing. Like, I mean, it'd be easy enough to just be like, some Jedi had an encounter with him while he was a Kalish still.
I mean, he had to have had some kind of training with a lightsaber at some point.
He just says that he was trained in the Jedi arts by Dooku.
Yeah, so
But,
it might not be a complete origin story, but just get some context and how he became eventually the Grievous that we know him as, the cyborg, and then seeing him train with Dooku would be really cool.
I think I'd be down for just about any Jedi story. Like, just pick some Oppo Rancisis, Yaddle. Everyone freaked out when Yaddle was in the trailer.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Getting Yaddle.
Just, like, let's tell some stories about the lesser-known
We're
Jedi.
getting Terra Sanube.
Obviously, I'd be down if they did some High Republic stuff, because this, as an anthology series, I think they could do any era.
Yeah. I think Ki-Adi-Mundi would be cool to explore his background a little bit. So much potential there.
It's a series that, like, allows us to still tell stories about familiar characters, while hopefully more things like The Acolyte keep coming out, where it's like, all right, new series are going to be expanding Star Wars, but we still have these things like Tales of the Jedi, where you'll see familiar faces. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jon Snow Rules, thanks for the next super chat. Is Book of Boba Fett essential to watch? ? You are great. Oh, thank you.
For The Mandalorian, I would say yeah.
Yeah. We saw a little bit of a recap from the Armorer, kind of explaining what happened, how Grogu came back, and what happened with Din. But, I mean, how many episodes was it?
7?
It was only 7 episodes.
They're not terribly long. They're not season 4 of Stranger Things, where everyone is like an hour and a half. Which I love, by the way.
Yeah. It's funny, like, I don't think the Boba Fett stuff is essential, but everything else that happens in that show is.
Yeah, like, I guess you could just watch episodes 5 and 6 and 7, but you might as well watch the whole thing. And there's still, like, episode 2, I think, is fantastic. So, it was...
If you care about Boba Fett as a character at all, I would say yes, it's essential.
I think it was kind of a weird series, but I'm glad I watched it, and there was some stuff... Oh, episode 3 had some really good stuff, too.
So, yeah, just watch all of it.
Yeah. But episode 2 was probably the best one.
Yes. Jane Dalton, thanks so much for the super chat. Awesome to see Jane again. By the way, do you know what's coming?
Probably.
Can you name all of the officers who appear in the Death Star conference room in A New Hope? Hint, there are 8 and 1 Lord.
Darth Vader, Grand Moff Tarkin, Admiral Mahdi, General Tag, Chief Bast, General Ramadi. And I know there's one that you say every time, and I'm like, I should know that one. And then there's one that I definitely don't know.
No, I'm trying to remember what the other one is.
Is it like Rash or something? I don't know. I need you to give me one of your stupid mnemonic devices to
They're
help me.
not stupid. Oh, Cass.
Casp?
C-word, Cass.
Cass. C-A-S-S.
Yeah.
That's the one that I always feel like I should remember.
And then High General Trek Moloch is the other one. Moloch, which is like a repeated name in Star Wars, which is weird.
If I can remember from Solo, that makes sense.
But you got most of them.
Yeah, they're all fairly easy.
Okay, so just Cass and
Moloch.
Moloch. Cass has his ass in a seat. Sorry, I keep cussing. There's one stupid way of remembering something for you.
Thank you.
And then
I think remembering Moloch from
Moloch, what are
Solo.
you doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then quickly before I move on to Super Chats, someone in chat asked if we got tattoos at Celebration. I was so close to getting one Sunday morning, but I didn't chicken out. I just didn't have time to do it. Like, I talked to a guy the morning before that, and he was kind of giving me an idea of how much time it would take, and I was like, you know what? A tattoo is pretty permanent. I don't want to rush this for anyone. So
Pretty permanent. Yeah.
Pretty permanent. So I was like, I liked the tattoo guy that I got this tattoo from. So if I want to get another one, I'll probably just go back to him.
But our friend,
time with it.
Our cameraman friend Zach did get a tattoo. So in 2019, he got a porg with a beanie on it because Zach wears beanies all the time. This time, he got a porg with a Rebel helmet on it, and he got Porkins' helmet because we were calling it the Porgkins.
Porgkins, yes. Oh my gosh. And then
it came out very well.
And then he went and did like a tattoo contest after that, which he said regrettably he did not win, but he did win the cutest tattoo and the tattoo that got the most aww.
Oh,
response.
that wasn't an actual prize.
No, but definitely had the cutest tattoo up there because they said that they didn't have that many black and white tattoos. So his guy wanted him to come up there and be part of it. Gary24 fan, thank you so much for the super chat. You guys are real troopers doing all these live streams after Celebration. I'd want to crawl into bed for a week, maybe two.
You can thank Molly for that. Because I was like, we could take a week off, and Molly was like, no.
No. Part of that is because we might not be able to do this next week because we have another convention to go to, but I don't know, I absolutely did feel very drained after Celebration, but like me personally, I got to take a nap yesterday and I got to do a little bit of relaxing yesterday, and today Alex has not relaxed since we got home.
I relax in a different way. By talking
How's that?
about Star Wars.
That doesn't count. That's not allowed.
Oh.
One day.
Says who?
One day maybe he'll relax.
You're not my real dad.
No, I'm not. But thank you. I appreciate hearing that, and I saw a lot of people in the chat earlier saying that they appreciate us doing this, and this is honestly...
It is relaxing.
This is relaxing, and this is easy work for us.
But it doesn't count.
No, it does not count. We're still sitting in front of a camera live to the internet. One day I'll just take a nap on a live stream and just say, you know what? Here's what you get.
Pretty sure that's against the terms of service. How are you feeling? because I've done 2 bags. I have one more prepared, but I know you have a POV show tonight as well.
I do have a POV show tonight, so why don't I read the next couple super chats here, and then we can
stop here and just chit chat for a while.
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
I didn't have any extra pieces this time. I'm crushing it. I want that to be known. 2 bags in a row, no extra pieces.
You know why? It's because there's a color for everything.
Yeah,
you know? Nothing's just.
helpful.
It isn't just all gray pieces.
He was like, "We finishing up?"
Oh. Jedi Wayseeker as the next super chat. Thank you. What do you think of Phase 2 of the High Republic? Which character from the panel are you most interested in? Oh yeah, I still haven't watched that panel.
Yeah, you did.
Oh yeah, you had it on last night.
I mean, we watched it Tuesday night, I think.
Well, I don't remember what they announced, I guess.
I remember the Battle of Jeddah. That's not a character, but I'm super psyched that they're doing that, because I remember them talking about it, I think, in the Rising Storm, and I was like, I would like to see that someday. And in my head, it was just Cavan Scott or whoever wrote that. They were just dropping, a little hint. But the fact that it is part of the High Republic and it's going to be a major thing, I'm very psyched about that. Porter Engle feels like a cheat to say since he's in Phase 1, but I am really psyched to hear about why he's called the Blade of Bardata.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited for Mari Santeca. She hasn't been confirmed to be in it yet, has she?
I think she'd even be I don't think she'd be born yet at that point. She's very old, but this is...
But at some point she would be, right?
She would be very, very young, but maybe.
I feel like that would be such a waste if they didn't tell her story at least a little bit.
I'd have to go back to Light of the Jedi and see what the other Santecas said about her. Because obviously they were like, there's no way she's still alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's possible. It's possible she'd be around then. And this is supposed to be an age of expansion and exploration, as they said. So it makes sense for her to be around.
Yeah.
But she would be very young. I need to just look at the timeline again and see.
Would any of the prequel Jedi still be around?
Yoda.
Besides Yoda, like Yariel, Poof, or Oppo, Rancisis.
Maybe.
I can't remember exactly how old they are, but
I think they're fairly old. Arkoff is still around.
Someone that I would know and recognize would be cool to see in their prime.
I'm hopeful to see Yoda not as the Jedi Grand Master. I was kind of like, really? He's still the Grand Master in Phase 1? But I'd like to see him still as just a Jedi Knight. I think that would be cool.
Yeah. And Thurl brought up Yaddle.
Oh, yeah.
Any Yaddle content we can get, I'll take it.
Agreed. I should put that there. Looks like a circuit board.
Doxon1321, thanks for the super chat. Have we seen in the High Republic what it's like if the Jedi's vision is not clouded, like they complain about so much in the Clone Wars era?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, they're encountering an enemy that does cloud their vision, but that's not right away. So we do kind of get to see what they are like at their full connectivity with the Force. Mm-hmm. A full connection with the Force and with each other.
They have all the bars.
Yeah.
All 4 or 5 bars. Yeah. They've got their...
They have Force G.
5G, 6G, LTE connection. Yeah.
So yeah, I would say yes. I mean, the opening chapters, the opening third of Light of the Jedi, I think covers that pretty well.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
Speaking of, I haven't really looked at the Sacred Jedi texts yet.
Oh yeah, I just opened one of them up and they look really cool.
This is like when they announced this, I was kind of furious because I have 2 copies of Light of the Jedi, 3 copies of The Rising Storm, 2 copies of The Fallen Star, and now I have one more of each of them, so I have 4 copies of the Rising Storm and 3 of the others. But like,
these are just so, they feel so worth the money.
Great.
They've got like a squishy cover.
I didn't even see that they had different like things on the front.
Oh, that's the tattoo I want to get. Kind of.
Yeah, that's neat. It's like Arabesh.
Spoilers,
on
I want to get
sides.
a High Republic tattoo.
All the chapter openings have fancy script. The pages look like tattered and worn.
Yeah, the edges of the pages look
Oh, there's
unfinished.
illustrations? I didn't know that.
So cool.
Oh, and they're signed.
Oh, yeah? Cool.
Sick.
For as much money as they were, I'd
Yeah.
hope that it would have all that. But yeah, they really are good, high quality stuff. I hope they continue to do these versions of books going forward, because like the in-universe, having the in-universe text on the edges and just having them look like books you could see on a shelf in Star Wars, that's all we want.
Yeah.
That's all we want. Thurl, thanks for the super chat. Reaction to Pippin / Figaro cat and Pinocchio trailer. I didn't even see that there was a Pinocchio trailer.
Me neither. We're not Pinocchio explained or Disney explained.
Oh wait, I did hear about Tom Hanks playing an Italian, and he's not Italian, and people were like, "Come on."
Tom Hanks is Geppetto, but yeah, I haven't seen the trailer yet.
Neither have I. I do like the story of Pinocchio, mostly because of how weird it is and how weird it gets. So I have to hope that they continue that.
I know they released an image from it. Like, I've seen a picture of Tom Hanks as Geppetto and Pinocchio. And what weirded me out was that it's the live action version, but Pinocchio looks like the animated version. Which makes sense. I don't know why it surprised me, but it surprised me. And I was just like, oh, it's just the cartoon version, but like in 3D.
Right. Yeah. I'll have to check that out.
I have not seen...
Maybe this weekend we'll relax and do some non-Star Wars stuff. We did watch Stranger Things.
Yeah, we watched all of Stranger Things.
We blew through it.
It was great. I really liked it.
So good.
But we've never seen any of the live-action Disney movies.
None of them.
Not even... I want to watch Jungle Book at some point, just because of the technology. I'm more interested in how they made it than anything else.
Yeah. Next up, we've got a super chat from Jeremiah Abel. Hey guys, love your channel and the positive Star Wars vibes. Do you think the KOTOR remake will be reworked so that the story can be canon? Well, the KOTOR remake is already done, right?
No. That comes out... I don't think they've had a release date yet, but
no, I thought
they're
it was
working on
done.
it now. No. They've done a few remasters, but this is a full, from the ground up remake. It's going to be the same story, same characters. I don't think so. I do think that I read, I think it was on Cinelinks by Jordan Mason. I think he said that he had heard there were going to be some newer Star Wars elements in the game to make it a little more familiar in that regard, that like cross-guard lightsabers would be in the game if you wanted to use them. But I remember when they released the trailer, and of course everyone was like, does this mean it's canon, or is it Legends, or what? And there was an article that said something about Legends, but it was vague. And I feel like Lucasfilm employees were implying, at least, that it's still a Legends story. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work, and I don't think we're going to know. They'll probably say something definite as we get closer.
Jill put in the chat, Molly, you told me you'd watch the live action Aladdin in all caps. I said I would. I just haven't done it yet. I still want to, and I will, especially if we get confirmation that he is Ezra Bridger.
There's a rumor about that too, that it's not him. that it's someone else.
I still want to watch that one because I've heard it's good.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm not opposed to watching them. It's just not something that I'm like, I'm going to go to the theater and watch Aladdin again when I think I'm probably going to enjoy the 80-minute animated version more.
Yeah.
But I did download that onto the Chromebook for the plane flight, and then we watched Kenobi instead.
When you watched it, I fell
fell asleep.
Hudsonizer, thanks for the super chat. It just says graphs greater than sign Santecas.
Boo.
That is a hot take.
Boo. The graphs are straight up mean. They like sided with the Nile.
They're conniving.
Oh my goodness.
Just, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know that I fully trust
all takes are valid here, but that is a hot one.
The Santecas, I don't fully trust at this point either. I think both of them, like when we met them in the original or sequel trilogy eras, they were like cool people, but they were also not who their families once were. And I think we're seeing that a lot between the Santecas, the Graphs, the Staros, all of them, when we jumped back in time, were kind of crappy. Like the Staros family especially, not Avon, but her mother, working with the Nile. The Graphs working with the Nile. The Santecas, just rich and a little snooty. Just
real in it for the money.
Yeah. Not as bad as the Graphs, I don't think, but they were definitely hiding things from the Jedi.
Sean Room has the next super chat here. Was that an Ugor? I don't know if I'm saying that right. In the Chem Lab in Obi-Wan Episode 2. Ugor.
I have to look up what that is. I think I know the species you're talking about. I think it's like the dude from Canto Bite that has like a cannon for a face.
Oh, jeez. All right, while you look that up, I'm going to read the next one real quick. Super Power Geek, thanks for your super chat. What are your thoughts on the Young Jedi Adventures series announcement? We weren't there for that.
Sorry,
announcement.
The Ugor is something different that I was thinking of, and I don't know. So the Ugor is the archivist from the High Republic, the Jelly Man.
The Jelly Man.
Yeah, that's an Ugor. I think I know what you're talking about in Kenobi, and I want to say no. It just looked like a person with a helmet on. Like, I remember seeing it every time we've seen the episode and being like, that's a little cutie. But I don't think he was made out of jelly.
We'll have to taste him and find out. Ew, that's gross.
Why did you say that?
What was I gonna say? Oh, I need to rewatch the first 2 episodes just to look for Easter eggs and stuff. But
yeah, I need to also.
Yeah, I fell asleep during our first rewatch on the plane, and we haven't gotten to do it again since then. So, but yeah, Young Jedi Adventures announcement. I don't remember much about that one because we didn't do a video about it.
We didn't hear about it for like 5 hours. I tweeted about it where I was like, how did no one tell me about it? It took me 5 hours to learn about this announcement. I know it's for, like, it is straight up made for preschoolers and, like, young kids. So, you know, it's not going to be made for us, which is fine. It's going to be less accessible. But it is on Disney Plus. It's probably going to be one of those things where it's a bunch of shorts that are released, like, in a dump. And, you know, anything High Republic, I'm going to take, and I'll watch it. But I'm sure it's going to be like, okay, it's not for me, but that's like reading Star Wars Adventures comics, where I'm like, I'll read this, but it's not for me.
I think they are going to put the same attention to detail and lore into something like that as they do with anything else, and so that kind of stuff, just like little Easter eggs and things like that could pop up in the show, I'm really excited for.
And I should say that, you know, I had a similar thoughts about Galaxy of Adventures, also made for very young children, and that was super fun to watch. So, fingers crossed it's along those lines. And
then last up, we've got a super chat from Joel Davis. Thank you, Joel. What expectations should I set for myself for Shadow of the Sith without giving it away? Because I got some massive hype, but want to set my expectations, which is always a good idea. I have not read it yet.
I've read it. It's good. I liked it.
Wow.
Well, I'm not supposed to like review. When they say that you can't review it, they mean with spoilers, but still, I'm trying to be careful. And
I mean, okay, I haven't read it, so while you gather your thoughts, I'll say, just from the excerpts that they've released so far, it's going to be good. It's going to be really good, and it's going to give us a very, very unique glimpse at what's going on in Luke's head, as far as a lot of things that we already know about, like Exegol, and whether or not he had any contact with Anakin. Like, a lot of that stuff was in one of the excerpts that they put out, which is really cool. I don't know if that happens anywhere else in the book, but I don't know. I wouldn't expect the entire book to be about that stuff. Like, a lot of the excerpts that they put out are going to be, like, best of hits, maybe.
I mean, it's early stuff to give you a taste of what. So I wouldn't say the excerpts are a best of throughout the book. Everything they've released so far is fairly early.
Quick thoughts.
The excerpts are a good indication of what you can expect. If you liked the excerpts, you'll like this book, which is, that's why they released the excerpts. But I think that
I don't think you're gonna get in trouble for
I'm not
saying
trying to. I'm trying to be
this.
vague. That's all.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil anything. And that's what I'll say. The excerpts. If you like the excerpts, like, that's just the start. Is that enough?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know. I haven't read it. Oh, and then Joel sent another super chat quickly that said, basically, I want Exegol lore in the book. I don't know that we'll get that. Alex's silence is a maybe. That's a maybe to the lore question for that.
I don't know what you mean by lore specifically, but
probably not as much lore as you're expecting.
There were some big surprises that I was not expecting. Like,
okay.
there was a point, not specifically about, it's Exegol adjacent, but what? I'm trying not to spoil anything, but there was a point in this book that I just, like, put it down. I was like, whoa, because I was not expecting them to pull from this certain source.
Intriguing. Truly intriguing stuff.
Good. Every day I live with this. Rolling her eyes at me.
Chazertron 5000 has our actual last super chat of the night.
I'm going to try to speak in riddles to you about everything.
Do you guys have
from now on.
an animation studio you have on your wish list for Visions 2? I personally want Cartoon Saloon.
I know that name. I don't know what they've done.
I wish I knew. Okay, well, I'll just say Adult Swim as one, because
I don't think that's a studio, is it?
I think it is.
I think they're more of like a production company, like they fund things.
Well, I don't know the names of that many studios, so I'm gonna just say Adult Swim, and whoever makes Bob's Burgers, that's my answer.
Bob's Burgers would be phenomenal. Just all of the Belchers as Jedi. Yes, that's my wish list now. I'll go with Titmouse, because Could you be an adult, please?
Mm-mm.
That's the name of the studio. They're the people that made Avatar and Galaxy of Adventures.
Love it.
You're a child.
Love it.
I knew you were going to do that.
I'm sorry.
You realize I'm like on the edge of the thing here.
We both are. anyways, I hope those were good enough answer, because I don't know the names of that many studios.
I don't really either, but
Titmouse is a great studio name.
you look like you wanted to laugh just saying it.
All right, that's our cue to go make some dinner before I gotta be on Certain Point of View tonight to talk about the Smets-Kalinowski match. That's gonna be a good time. If you're a Schmodown fan, definitely tune into that later on in like an hour and a half ish. But yeah, that's gonna be it for us. Tune in next week. Wednesday night will be our Obi-Wan stream.
We're definitely doing that.
Thursday is still up in the air because we are headed to GCX in Orlando next weekend for another cool convention. So
we haven't decided if we're leaving Thursday or Friday yet. But
yeah, keep an eye out on Twitter for whether or not we'll be doing another LEGO stream next week. But if you're going to GCX, you'll be able to see us there talking about...
We're doing the Star Wars and Scotch panel. It's us and Darkness249 and Sawyerism and Mark Thompson from the audiobooks. From all the audiobooks.
The Star Wars, the person that reads me the Star Wars books. Yeah. That's going to be really cool to be on a panel with him.
I'm going to have to hold you away from him if he does the Markion Rowe voice.
Which he did at Celebration, and I was like, he did the thing. But yeah. So... yeah, we'll definitely see you guys again next week, Wednesday night, talking about episode 4 of Obi-Wan.
And we're doing it with Darkness249 and Kevin Murray, who are the hosts of GCX.
Yeah. So that's going to be really exciting. But thank you all so much for tuning in to this stream. We're still kind of getting out of our rusty stages of post-celebration.
I'm fine. I'm good. I did it. I nailed it.
You nailed it. And thank you so much to everyone who sent in a super chat and joined our channel membership. I don't know what else to call it, but you get the little bigs.
The Bigs Mega Fans.
The Bigs Mega Fans. Yeah. And until we find a better name, it'll be called that.
We won't.
All right. Have a great weekend, everyone. See you later.
Bye.